that's fine.
A long time ago, the idea of a shop space was, I feel, a little bit different to the way it is these days. So shop spaces back then, for the most part, at least in my experiences, they were kind of like congregation spots or hangout places. So you'd be welcomed even if you didn't have cash to spend that day. It's just kind of like just to be there and to hang out with other car people. So there used to be a wheel shop in Rosemead called Alta, or SoCal Alteration, and just go there just to go there, and you'd see people like Benson and like just all sorts of like the people that are now very well known, like active like racer or drifter people, and they would just be there meeting, looking at wheels and hanging out. Signal Auto used to be around, and I would just show up, hang out with the mechanics, see what they're up to, read some option videos, pick up some food. And other people do that too. They would just show up. My name is Michael Gamboa Jr. I am the owner-operator of Goodnight Tire Service in Baldwin Park. I specialize in changing tires for any other wheels that anyone cares about. You come to me and I'll take care of you. Also started doing alignments, and yeah, overall I'm a car guy that loves cars and loves people who love cars as well. So yeah. Goodnight Tire Service is called Goodnight Tire Service because it's probably one of the only shops that operates at nighttime in California. So it's 2 o'clock to 9 p.m. Monday through Fridays, and sometimes I'm here all the way till midnight, 1 a.m. If you make a phone call, send a message to the phone number or IG, that's all me. It's all the same person. So, yeah. What's the point of having a shop that operates when people are still at work? So I'm here when you're off work, when you're off school, and you know, those are the people that I help out. You know what, this is something that I had been thinking about probably like a few years ago, maybe like 3 or 4-ish years ago, where I think it's really important to always watch out what opportunities are brought forth in front of yourself and decide that, okay, this is what's in front of me, I can take it, I can leave it. But that's essentially what brought me to here. Like, I was doing this on the side just because I needed it at the time, because I was doing a lot of racing myself. All the places that I want to go to are closed when I'm off work. And so I had an opportunity to share a shop space with some friends, and then I got a tire machine and I started doing my own tire service. It was a thing that I was just doing it like after work or on the weekend because I was doing a ton of drift events, a ton of road race events, and I needed to change my tires. Eventually I told my friends, like, hey, you know, I have this, I can help you out. And then they're like, great, like, we're off work too, we can come over, hang out, and we can like all work on our cars, change tires, whatnot. And then slowly it became like, okay, my friends have friends that need the same type of help. And then it got busy to the point where this thing that I started off on the side as like just like a side business or just like a side hobby was starting to get more and more busy and necessary in the community. So the tire thing was growing, and I was like, you know what, this is starting to require more time. And it was either I tell people, hey, sorry, I can't help you with this because I have this going on, or I can try to tone this down and see where this goes. And I was at a point in my life where it's like, you know, I don't know why this was brought in front of me, but maybe I was meant to kind of follow this path. So let's just see where it goes. If worst comes to worst, nothing is really permanent. I can always say like, hey, this didn't work out, but I'm glad I tried it. You know, go back to find another job, you know. That's so I decided to follow this path, and it was just kind of like, okay, it's getting more and more busy. Oh, it looks like people actually need this. And yeah, and people continue to need it. So I'm kind of there, and it's been going and growing so far, so yeah. Anyone who has a day job, has a car that they love, has wheels that they don't want scratched up. Generally speaking, those are the people that I end up helping out. So to sum it up, I'm a person that loves his car, and I help out other people who love their cars. Generally, that's how it goes. I understand what it's like to have stuff you care about and to treat it in a way that is, like, you don't want to treat the things you love like crap, right? So I totally get where that comes from. I've always had wheels that I love, and I get what it feels like when someone treats your items without any care. So, I tend to attract people who care about their own things. Got an S14 that I've also had for probably over 20 years. It's been focused on drift, and I dabbled a bit in time attack and road racing as well. So I have a little bit of experience in both. The road racing thing has been a lot of fun as much as the drift thing has, and it kind of goes back and forth. I wouldn't say like I'm primarily like one or the other, and I also recommend people try every other thing that's out there that they have access to, because you never know. You can kind of take skills from one thing and apply it to the other, back and forth, I feel. I did drifting for probably like 10 years or so, and then I did road racing for maybe about 5 years, and then I kind of called it quits for a little bit, decided to focus on non-car stuff a little bit and just have car stuff on the side, like when friends would invite me to events, like, okay, I'll go. But I went back into drifting after that gap, and then also went back into road racing, so I'm doing both again. The motorsports experience definitely gets translated back when it comes to like alignments and tire recommendations and things like that, because you do have a lot of people that come in, especially if they're doing some form of road racing or drifting, and they don't know what type of tires to use or how to go about the thought process of picking their tires. And that's all stuff that we learned a long time ago. So it's just about taking that information and passing it back down to people and seeing if then they can use that information for themselves, and hopefully then they pass that on forward afterwards. So, like, we have this weird thing where you get people that are in any activity for a certain amount of time, and then when they get out of it, they tend to not really pass the knowledge back down. Especially when we have things like forums that are not so much maintained anymore, you get knowledge that just disappears into thin air. So one of the things I'm trying to do is to like re-spread that knowledge again that was around. Not to say I'm the most knowledgeable person, but hey, I'm just trying to do my part, But I just want to make sure that the space that I'm creating is a space that everyone is welcome to. So they can come by, hang out, and just, you could see what's going on and learn from what I'm up to, and just to be a car enthusiast in peace in a way. So it's a place you could do that, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.